Counting bodies like sheep, how the 51st state fight exposed the war drum you're marching to. By now, you've seen the headlines. Tariffs, threats, border treaties questioned, Five Eyes under review, Trump calling Trudeau governor, and Canada the 51st state. The US-Canada relationship, once the most boring and stable on earth, is now a political circus act, with both leaders playing the crowd. But beneath the noise, something deeper is happening. Something older than Trump, Trudeau, or this moment in history. This is the rhythm of the war drum, and we've heard it before. Go back to sleep, step away from the window, let us handle this. The loudest trick the powerful ever pull is convincing people that big forces are at work. Forces so complex, so dangerous, you can't possibly understand them. Better to just pick a side. Better to march along to the beat of the drum. Better to trust your leaders to protect you from the monsters they warned you about. This is not about protecting sovereignty, it's about managing you. Fear narrows your thinking. Anger focuses your energy. Division makes you predictable. The goal isn't peace. The goal is compliance. Safe from pain and truth and choice and other poison devils. Both Trump and Trudeau need this fight, but not for the reasons you're being told. Trump needs the enemy at the gate to justify every tariff, every treaty tantrum, every economic punch. Trudeau needs the big bad wolf so Canadians can forget about domestic failures and unite behind him, because who else will stand up to Trump? Both sides need you too scared to think for yourself. Both sides need you to believe that only they can protect you. And what do they protect you from? From economic collapse, a collapse they're actively triggering. From annexation, a cartoon villain scenario that distracts from the real threat, economic dependency. From betrayal by allies, when they're the ones eroding alliances for political gain. Pain, truth, and choice. Those are the enemies they warn you about, because pain wakes you up, truth breaks the narrative, and choice lets you walk away from the whole game. Count the bodies like sheep to the rhythm of the war drums. This isn't about trade, it's about keeping you marching, head down, feet moving, not asking questions. The war drum isn't just sound, it's the endless rhythm of crisis, headlines, manufactured panic, and us versus them framing. Every tariff is drumbeat. Every insult between leaders is a drumbeat. Every media spin piece is a drumbeat. Keep marching, don't look left, don't look right, just follow the beat. If you're counting bodies like sheep, keeping score in the Trudeau versus Trump slap fight, you're too distracted to ask, why does Canada even need to fear annexation? Why is our economy so tied to the country that a tariff can cripple us? Why did we ever put ourselves in this position? This isn't a war for land, it's a war for your obedience. Here's the truth neither side will say. Canada won't be annexed, but Canada might become something worse. A nation that exists solely on paper while every meaningful decision passes through Washington first. That's economic annexation, sovereignty with an asterisk. And the beauty of it? You don't even need tanks. All you need is dependency. This is the real cost of building your economy on trusted partners instead of self-reliance. It's the price of believing globalization was a permanent safety net, not a fair weather convenience. Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. They need you to believe this is just another trade dispute. They need you to believe this is just another Trump being Trump. They need you to believe that if Trudeau wins the standoff, you're safe again. That's the lullaby. But here's the truth. Whether Trump or Trudeau wins, the system that put you here doesn't change. Canada still imports too much, relies too much, trusts too much. And the moment America gets cranky again, you're back in the fire. What happens if you wake up? What if Canadians, and Americans too, realize the real enemy isn't a president or the prime minister, but the machine that keeps both nations economically codependent and politically controlled? What if the real rebellion isn't cheering for your side's leader, but saying, "We're done marching to your drum. We want real independence, not the illusion of it"? That means reshoring industries, diversifying trade, reducing reliance on any one partner, even if that partner is friendly today. Because friendship isn't a strategy, and sovereignty that depends on someone else's mood isn't sovereignty at all. Final note, remember this line: if your independence depends on your neighbor's mood, you were never independent to begin with. That's the real lesson hiding under all the noise. Wake up, because the war drum is getting louder.